Hello, welcome to Talk Local. I'm your host, Urs here, and today we're going to be talking about auto insurance and why is auto insurance so high in Peel. I'm sure you're all frustrated, as we all are. We all pay high insurance rates, and we hear about our friends in other parts of the GTA who pay much less, and other parts of the country and the province who pay much less than what we do. I think Brampton has the highest insurance rates from when you compare it to other cities. I think that's right.
They do, yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay, that's what I thought. So we have guests on our show. We've got John McClelland, and you are with McClelland Insurance, Business Development Manager. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We also have Jagtar Shergill, and you are with Able Insurance and Registered Insurance Broker. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So we're looking forward to talking a little bit about insurance rates, why they're so high, and how we can bring them down, possibly. Auto insurance. Why do we even need auto insurance? Can't we just drive our cars and, like, you know, la-di-da?
So I guess a bit of a background. Part of the reason that we have insurance is to help spread out the risk. So if we didn't have that and everyone just la-di-da'd around the roads, if you hit someone else, you could be sued for millions of dollars. You'd have a lot of damages to pay out of pocket, and a lot of people probably couldn't afford to do that. So it would make them go bankrupt. So we have insurance to help spread the risk so that everyone can kind of stay afloat even if something bad happens to them.
The definition of auto insurance is the losses of a few incurred by many. A lot of people think that that's a ripoff. You know, why should I have to suffer because the guy down the street decided to have an accident? I'm a good driver. I shouldn't have to suffer because that person got into an accident and now our rates have increased. Mm-hmm. Fair argument?
I think so. I think a lot of, I'm a fairly young person, so I fairly recently paid very expensive car insurance, you know, like $6,000 a year. And all of the young people, myself included, were saying at the time, this is not fair to us. I'm a good driver. Just because other young drivers race around at 150 kilometers an hour and get in accidents doesn't mean I'm going to do that. Mm-hmm. But part of the problem then is kind of how do you decide what to charge people in terms of premium, and we don't know. I mean, there's no magic 8-ball that tells us exactly what someone should be charged, so we have the best tools available to us that the actuaries give us, and those are, you know, a person's age and where they live and how much they drive.
I think it's understood that, you know, there's a number of things that come into play when auto insurance rates are being calculated. Right off the top, postal code. Mm-hmm. And after postal code, there's, you know, how old are you, what's your gender, what kind of a car do you drive, and all of those play a role in calculating. How are insurance rates calculated?
It's all of those things play a role, you're right. So one of the big things, major costs, are people's accident benefits and injuries to them. So all of that, a lot of that deals with the type of car that they're driving and how safe is that car. What are the chances if that car is in a major accident that they're going to be able to survive that accident, or they're going to be able to walk away from it with minimal injuries. So you see, you know, some cars that have very high safety ratings, and I know there's industry institutions that do these crash tests and things like that. Those cars are typically, you know, dollar for dollar less to insure than other cars that are maybe less safe or smaller or something like that.
So if you're driving a big pickup truck, you're generally more safe. If you're driving one of those small zip cars, not so much.
Exactly.
So are we generally agreeing that we're paying excessive high rates, high auto insurance premiums in Peel region? Is that just a general, like, we accept it? We are paying high excessive rates? I
think so. Whether or not they're excessive, there's probably could be some debate about that, but I mean, we have the highest in the province, and we're the third largest city in the GTA. So, you know, I think there's some little cause for concern there, maybe, that it's not proportional somehow or something. Maybe we're paying more than our fair share, or maybe we really are the worst drivers in the province.
But are we the worst drivers?
I think there's arguably, the insurance companies would argue that there's the most expensive claims in this region.